Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to yet another local to global episode. We are set up to jump straight in to the first show of the episode. We only have two more episodes. No, sorry, two more events, I should say, to go until the end of the year. Slight recap on the last episode. We, of course, had Papa Swole. He gave Hangman a taste of his own medicine by interrupting Hangman's title opportunity against Davis Wayne Newton, and then the following show we had Papa and Davis teaming up, and they actually beat Mitchell and Hangman, with Papa getting a clean pin on Mitchell to give him essentially his first loss since he joined Prestige Worldwide. So things are heating up with those four guys in our founding fathers storyline. We'll just set things up here, getting ready to go. Okay, I need to try and get gimmick idea, because I have an idea. It's been in pretty much in my mind since show 1, and it's going to get executed on the next show potentially, but we might as well try now. It does cost 50, so we only essentially have 3 tries at this, but I'm going to basically abuse it here and spam it until we get maybe like a surefire bet, because we're going to need it. Shit, those two aren't great. Oh, okay, one more. I know this seems a bit overkill, but no way. Right, we're going to have to try next month too, and if it's still the same, just use one. Although if I'm thinking to myself, I've never used the gimmick idea before, but we obviously need to start doing the show, essentially. So I wonder if I could go. I guess I could probably go out. Yeah, similar to how you do a character idea. Well, you get the idea and then you can back out, just save it like that. It doesn't matter, right? Well, we don't have anything else to use there. That's a bit of a shame. Mutant came to you backstage with an angle idea. Okay, I wonder how good that's going to be. We might as well use it tonight, I guess. Try it out on him. Let's try team bonding, but we might get some negatives here, but we haven't used it in a while. Oh, we did. Oh, wait, no, what? Oh, no, here it is. Oh, no, it is there. That's a bit trippy. I just clicked on the wrong thing. So it was Mitchell and Mutant. And then we have Mutant and Hangman, which is quite funny. It's both Hangman and Mitchell who are conjoined at the hip. Right. Okay, booking the show. Since he gave us his thing, I don't even know if it's good or not, but you know what? Since you came to me backstage, you can cut a promo, Mutant. You can open the show. Coming to the ring, hyping up the crowd and all that good stuff. And let's see if it was even any good. A big gamble. You know what? You can have it. It's probably not going to work, but I feel like it's slowly going in the direction. Wait, what? What did that just say? Oh, he's not been added, that's why. Okay. We probably should have Davis defend, because I saw right before we entered the event, he's not defended in 2 shows. We did get Remy back on positives, so just for the sake of that, and the sake of what I have planned for next show, we'll have him defend. 16-minute match against Remy, which of course Davis will win. Give him a clean win, though. Do we have any creative ideas stored? I don't think we did have anything. No, we didn't. But I'll add the angle in now. We'll quick angle this one because it's going to be in the ring brawl. Wait, hold on. Fighting victim segment host. Yeah, okay, fine. Fighting in the ring. It's basically going to be Davis, as usual. After his match, he gets attacked by Mitchell and Hangman. and Papa Swole ends up coming out to even the odds. He doesn't necessarily like Davis to come out, and he's not really helping him, saving the day. But a huge brawl ensues. Huge brawl breaks out. But then we'll also put GM appears because we're going to add in. This is probably going to get a poor rating because it's just brawling, but it doesn't have to be 5 minutes. We'll do 3. And we'll do GM appears and announces since all. It's not even. We just have to use our imagination for when the GM appears. Informs all 4 workers that next month they will all go head to head in a fatal 4-way match for the title. That way, essentially, they can't screw each other over like they've been doing for pretty much a year. They're all going to just get a shot, you know. He's had enough. They can all go at it for the title on next month's show. Essentially, it kind of works as a 2v2 because, of course, Mitchell and Hangman will be helping each other. But it's a bit of a weird dynamic now because they're both in the match. It's not just one. And that is going to end our show. Oh, also to note, since we did fairly good on scripted matches, I went in and changed our product. So at the moment, let me just see. Yeah, at the moment I've changed it so all matches are scripted beforehand because I feel like when we tried it, it was actually a little bit better, especially for a couple of our guys. But also to even the odds, which I think is only fair, we're actually going to have essentially their own one-on-one. Papa, of course, pinned Mitchell last week, but this time, in typical fashion, Mitchell is going to get the win over Papa Swole with Hangman not present, I should add, but of course, it's a cheap win. There were also, I'm trying to think for 2v2s in terms of who we've not used. Hangman, of course, is in that brawling angle at the end, so he's essentially being used. Luckily, leaving Blue Dragon off last month's event, he wasn't. It didn't sort of piss him off, essentially. I think we'll do. Kind of want to give Jules a win, if I'm being honest. You know what we'll do actually after Mutant comes out? We'll give him a match. It's probably going to be kind of stinky because Mutant's not really been pulling in great ratings. But we'll have Mutant in a open match, but clean win. Beat Blue Dragon after he intros the show. And then in between both of them, I think we'll do. It's all faces though, unless we do Hangman, but I don't want to do that. Unless we do. Yeah, let's try this. Let's bring in Keith Vegas again. Make him a heel though. Of course, the heel face divide is loosely enforced, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm very strict on it because I'm not, but just for the sake of this, we'll do Jules Knight and Keith against Doctor and Connor, which is a bit of a risk because we're actually going to be leaving Max off of this card, and we'll give this to. Let's give it to Doctor Funk. Loser can be Keith Vegas. We'll do open match. I quite like Jules. I don't want to crush his war momentum just yet again. And that can be the middle. It might not. It may get the low streak. It may get lower than Blue Dragon and Mutant, but it won't matter. It won't matter too much. And then we're also going to do. Oh, we should probably do one more angle here. We have a brawl. We have Mutant in the ring, so we should do one backstage. You know what we'll do? Because we don't usually use them a whole lot on his own. Davis Wayne, scripted, backstage, cutting a promo. Give him 4 minutes. and it's just Davis warming. Nah, Davis, and I could do interview, I guess. Do interview. Yeah, do interview. Just about. And he's basically just him bragging about how good he is, as he always is. You know, the triple threat. I keep forgetting to add that. The triple threat, man. That can be pretty much right before he goes out. No, we'll make it just before that one. Okay, we have a minute to spare. We of course aren't using Max Mayhem, but this is fine. It's a bit of a shame we didn't get a good character or gimmick change, idea before we used 3. That was 150 creative energy. We didn't get any. I'll try again next event though. Right, let's rumble. 96 people. Oh no, I maybe should have made him scripted like I did with Davis. Also because his angle ID, which he came to me with, was a failure, but what can you do? It still got the crowd hotter. Show off to a strong start. He did only get a 20, but we'll look past it for the sake of we can't be too picky or too, I guess, harsh with it. Even though it's much lower than the average we usually get. I mean, our popularity is like 8. We're like nobody's still. 96 people's pretty good though. Moving into the first match, Mutant kind of redeems himself, I guess. They have great chemistry, which showed in their performance, which I don't think we already knew that, actually. Maybe we did, though. My memory's shocking. But Mutant wins, defeating Blue Dragon in our opening match. Gets a 40 rating, 37 for Blue Dragon. Gets the crowd hotter. I'll take it. Good stuff. Into our sort of throwaway tag match that we always seem to be doing. This gets not bad. Jules Knight and Connor standing out as the main competitors. Keith and Vegas, who we're only using for tonight's show, really. He's sort of just tagging in. And a 33 from Dr. Funk. And it is Doctor who gets the pin on Keith Vegas for a win. 42 rating. Let's just see. Okay, fair enough. So decent enough. Then we have Davis Wayne Newton, the champ. I think if he wins, this will be his 8th successful title defence. If he wins tonight, wink wink, even though we know. I guess that's for the people who maybe skipped the booking of the show. Don't want to spoil it. But yep, 4-minute interview backstage, 41 segment rating. Pretty decent considering he's good enough to cut promos. But we of course scripted it and it's 41 solid. I'll take it. A 56, holy whoa. The storyline advances and gains. See, I feel like it's not gained in a while. It is very, very hot though, this storyline, as expected. And it's Mitchell, essentially in his revenge match after Papa Swole pinned him, which would have hurt his ego. But he wins, beats Papa Swole by count out. It's a cheap win. Just under 14 minutes, 56 rating, with Mitchell getting a 53. 43 from Papa Swole. I think with the crowd rating, and obviously this is part of the storyline with the Founding Fathers, it seems to be a pretty decent boost. Because without the Founding Fathers storyline, this probably would have got like a 51, maybe a 52. I feel like the segment ratings seem to be on the lower end of what the highest rated in-ring performer is, if it's 1v1. In the wrestling rating, he'd only got a 48, so it might have not even got a 51, 52. So there's like a lot of bonuses here. Bonus for very hot crowd, road agent work. It doesn't say anything about the storyline though, which is weird. I mean, I'm not going to judge why 56 rating. I'll take it, but I don't know if Remy and Davis will beat it. They probably should, but yeah, I'm a bit unsure. Let's see if we have the best show of the night on Davis's title defense. Oh, we do. 58. I think that's our highest rated match yet. Davis Wayne Newton with a 59. Remy only hits a 39, which is really low for his standards. Usually he's at least in the 40s. So that's really good. And this wasn't obviously part of the storyline because Remy isn't in it. So we probably would have got an even higher rating if that was somehow involved. But it's a win. It's a submission win. 16 minutes in, Davis Wayne Newton makes defense number 8 of his PWW champion title, which that's still a placeholder. I'm still trying to think of a name to change it, but I don't want to introduce too many titles and tournaments, because for anyone who doesn't know, for every size your company rises, if you then create a belt, there's a huge bump up in your prestige. So if you make loads of belts, like if you make all your belts at the start of your local to global, you're essentially wasting on like 20, 30, 40 plus points on prestige if you just wait that a little bit longer. Um, I mean, you could do it and then make new belts, I guess, and retire them if you wanted to or whatever. But yeah, just a little FYI. And it's much harder, I think, in this version of the game to get prestige. It's also much harder to gain popularity on your fighters, I've realised. But anyway, we end the show advancing on our storyline, Founding Fathers. Davis Wayne Newton after his win, Hangman and Mitchell, and surprise, surprise, they come out yet again. They're just trying to kill this man at this point, but Papa Swole comes out for the quote unquote save. He's also obviously he'll be wanting revenge after losing to Mitchell. And when they do, how do we see the rest of it? Oh yeah, GM appears and informs all four workers. There we go. That next Monday we'll all go head to head. So the last show of the year, we have a fatal 4-way for the title. And it'll be, of course, Davis, Hangman, and Papa Swole, who were the three guys who were supposed to be in the triple threat to win the title way back. At our first ever show back off at Kickoff Carnage 1. So we end on a 36, but our show rating will be pretty high, up 54. Show benefited from the wide selection of angles. I need to remember and try and keep using that because that'll be a good boost to the show. It probably gets us up 1 or 2 points. But a 58 rated match and a 56, probably two of the highest we've ever got. And Davis Wayne is almost hitting 60 on his in-ring performances. We're going to give this to maybe, I mean, Davis would be the obvious shout. And we'll also give it to, it's kind of a hard one, because we could give it to Mutant for the morale issues that he still has, but I feel like they're just never going away. So maybe we can go, yeah, I can't really think of anyone else that pops out that maybe needs it, so we'll just give it to Mutant. Both seem to please. We lose 668 overall. I think last month, as we ran over the finances, we were only losing like 150, and our ticket sales should have jumped up from this show to the last. So I think we may have potentially not actually lost pop. No, not actually lost money, I should say, sorry, as we move up to 9 pop. It's because I looked at that screen. Do you ever do that? You're trying to talk about something else, but whatever it is you're going over, you just say it out loud. You can't help it. It's just, yeah. I bet you guys are probably thinking, what is this guy talking about? I have no idea. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. We're set up for our main event, which I have a big surprise, which has been essentially brewing since episode 1 to end the show the episode and the year all on a bang. But we'll go over that more when I get to the next event. But I'll cut the recording here because yeah, the processing times are so long, and as much as I could yap and keep yapping and yapping for literally about 5 minutes until it gets us to the end of December, I'll save you guys the torture of listening to me for that long, and I will be back when it's time for the December show. Okay, nice, we're back. That took a long time as usual, but we're wasting no time here. Our final show of the year, we'll have done 1 full year of local to global. It seems like doing scripted for all of our matches seems to be the way to go. Davis almost hit a 60 last show, so 95 fans expected. We do have a new worker. We'll get to him in a sec because I really, really need that gimmick. Come on. Okay, safe bet. Perfect. We're not doing any more. We're doing creative finish for the main event. Oh, beautiful. That is what we love to see. We're not... Yep, perfect. Oh. Right. Nothing. Fair enough. We're going to do Inspire for this one. Essentially, I will book the main event first. Right. This is going to be... I'm going to have to make sure I explain this well, so that when the time comes we look back on this, I've not forgot, essentially. Like, for example, at the very end of the whole save, if we maybe look back on things, I want it to kind of, if we go through show for show, which we would never do, but if we ever did, or I did essentially, it kind of makes sense what was going on. So, title, on the line, fatal four way, as we know. We got the champ, Davis Wayne Newton, undefeated. We got Hangman and Mitchell Aldred joined at the hips, essentially. And then we got Papa Swole. Last but definitely not least. Okay. This is where it gets crazy, boys and girls. We have Hangman to lose, and we actually have Mitchell, his good buddy, good friend, to take the win. This is going to be an open match, and it's going to be a clean win. We're also going to use that creative finish. Safe. Surefire hit. Hold on a minute. Yeah, creative finish. And we're actually going to end our storyline as well with this. No, wait. No, we're not. We're going to end it on the promo I'm about to do here at the end. 18 minutes, yeah, 18 minutes should be fine. So we've got Hangman to lose, Mitchell to win the belts. Book a segment, and then I need to see how this gimmick idea works, because we have Mitchell to change his gimmick. He's going to debut as Architect, which... Right, I don't know how this works then. The whole gimmick thing, we essentially have him staying heel, but he's debuting his sort of ego, I guess, of being the Architect at full swing. And basically what's going to happen is, the way I picture or imagine the end of this match going, maybe I need to do it through here. This is going to end the storyline too. Advance end. Right, I'm a little confused with how maybe I get a pop-up during the show. That's the only thing I can think of. In fact, we're going to remove that. Just, I don't know if it gives us a boost to the rating of the segment, but I would much rather actually. And this is Aldred reveals all. So basically, the way the match ends is all four guys, been going back and forth. No one's been able to get the upper hand. Papa Swole gets smashed outside the ring by Hangman. And Mitchell's kind of been outside the ring for a while. He's kind of lingering. And then Hangman and Davis jump in the ring, and they're going at it back and forth. And Hangman just gets the upper hand on Davis, and he's about to pin him. And Mitchell slides back in the ring to already pretty much defeated Hangman. He's on like his last string, basically. He's been pushed himself to the limit to be able to beat Davis, and he's about to beat him. He's about to win, and Mitchell essentially snakes him. Surprise attack, and he pins Hangman while Davis he's just been chokeslammed by Hangman, so he's already out for the count. And then afterwards, Mitchell essentially grabs the belt, runs out the ring, while Hangman's in absolute disbelief, and so is Davis and Papa Swole. They're like, what the hell has just happened? And Aldred reveals he has been 2 steps ahead of everyone since day 1, admitting to being the reason Hangman missed the very first show. So the very first show where he couldn't make it because he was at the airport. It's basically now getting revealed it was all Aldred's fault. Why? He couldn't. So maybe he stole his bags and messed them up. Their show. And well, it might to be the reason Hangman missed the very first show, as well as when Davis missed an event. It was also him that did it. He's essentially been working everyone like puppets without them really knowing. More so, it's been Hangman more than anyone. He basically admits he made Davis miss the show to give Hangman that sense of security and confidence that it was because he feared Hangman, and that's why he didn't end up turning up to fight him for the belt, defend his belt. But in reality, it was actually Mitchell. And Mitchell also reveals that on the show where Papa Swole came in and blew Hangman's chance at the 1v1 against Davis, Mitchell said he also saw Hangman coming from a mile away with a steel chair, but just pretended like he didn't see him. So there's like loads of little holes that kind of go full circle. You know, he's essentially playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. And we end the year on a huge bang, and new champ. We're actually going to be changing. We'll change him after this, though. We'll be changing his name to the Architect as well, and that's what his gimmick's going to be. But I don't know how to do the whole. I don't know how to assign his the gimmick. It must be during the show. It must be when we get the pop up. So we'll need to just do it for the match rather than the angle, because I don't know if we say, for example, we get the pop up. Do you want to change the gimmick? And I say no. I don't know if it will pop up again for the promo. As you can tell, it's not very often I use this sort of thing. So yeah, huge. We also have the debut of the young 21-year-old Marco Gonzalez, who is the son of the recently passed away Sean Gonzalez, who I don't recognise the name. I think his render, I don't know what promotion he worked in, but I think he's the guy who had the render with like a white headband on, I think, or like a do-rag or something. Rings a bell, but I don't know for sure. But Marco Gonzalez looks really good for 21. You know, he's got amazing stamina. His fundamentals are already great. 62 psychology. For being 21, he's really good. Obviously, he has no pop here, so he's not necessarily going to be booked very strong, you could say, but we will be using him, that's for sure. And he is going to start the show actually against Dr. Funk, with Funk taking the win. We'll give it open match, but a clean win. And we're actually going to open the show with Dr. Funk. Well, I actually need to do 3 different types of gimmicks here. No, sorry, angles, gimmicks. What the hell am I talking about? We'll actually let's do a backstage interview with Papa Swole about the main event tonight. And he is cutting a promo, of course. We'll do 5 minutes, and we'll just do Papa Swole interview. It's nothing crazy. I always forget to do that ad. That won't be. Will that be to start the show? Yeah, screw it. That can start the show. Then we'll do Dr. Funk against Marco, giving the win to Dr. Funk. We will also, I think, we maybe forget about Blue Dragon this show. And in terms of keeping the ratings high to mid-max this, hopefully this doesn't outshine the main event, but we're going to do a Remy open match win against Jules. We use them so much, but never against each other. That can go right in there. And then, I mean, we could do... We'll do Connor. I can't really afford to not use Mutant, though. We may have to just do a tag, just so we're not going to get that bonus. We're not really paying Gonzalez a lot. We actually also broke bank. You'll see at the end of the show, we actually made money, albeit it wasn't very much, but we did make money. Yeah, we'll do those two. Max can just team up with Blue Dragon. It's a bit of an odd face and heel. Um, hmm. I actually don't really want to do this. Do we just take the hit? You know what? We're just going to take that. Because he's on red hot momentum anyway, so it won't really matter. We can then need to. We'll do Blue Dragon, Mutant, and Connor. 12 minutes, giving Connor the win. We don't really do triple threats. Clean win, open match. Keep strong. I never actually really thought about the rest of the show. It was obviously mainly about the main event, which has been the idea. I'm not going to lie. As soon as the Texas Hangman pop up on day one, literally the very first episode, as soon as his pop up showed up saying that he was missing the show, my head just started spinning with loads of different ideas. And I was planning on changing Mitchell at some point to the architect anyway. Now, in an ideal world, I would actually change Hangman after getting essentially quote unquote betrayed. I would change him to face. And then we would have him and Mitchell go at it. But just for the sake of being so new and such a small roster, and I want to save like a lot of my those kind of ideas, even though this is kind of this little like 1 year storyline, intro storyline I've quite enjoyed. I'm quite happy with it. It's turned out pretty good. But yeah, it's too soon. If anyone in their head right now is thinking, why is he not changing Hangman to a face now, to set that up? But it's just a case of where we're at. It's just the timing of it, and how I'm feeling. We won't do that, even though it is a good idea and it would make sense. But yeah, we won't. So we've got Papa's whole interview, and then Aldred reveals all. I don't really care about another angle, even though we should, to try and get that bonus, but it has to be 3 different angles, so it would need to be like a fight or something backstage, or like something that's not really going to get a good rating, and I'm just not feeling it right now. I don't know, I'm too excited to just do this, so we're going to just get straight into it. And I kind of hope we can assign the gimmick to Aldred more so, because I just don't want his new gimmick to be bad, because the reason I'm changing him is obviously with the name change, but also his gimmick right now is horrible. It's like he's one of the worst rated in the whole company with his gimmick. Of course, no surprises. Backstage interview, 5 minutes. Papa Swole, 42. Strong start to the show. He still has his hot catchphrase, which is good. 42 rating. Beautiful. Oh no, what the hell? Marco Gonzalez debuts his Hispanic Heat gimmick and gets an initial rating of awful, which is like, I think that's literally the worst, which isn't great. He gets a 38 though, with no pop and being 22 years old. That is amazing. It's like so good. Wait, what? He wasn't even penalised for anything either, for like inexperience or nothing. Wow. I mean, yeah, 41, I'll take it. The awful's so bad, but it won't really matter. I didn't change it to Hispanic Heat, that was on default, just FYI. Still pretty annoying though. Okay, receive a bonus when looked dominant. Okay, fair enough. The triple threat only does slightly better, which is pretty wild. 43 for Connor, 41 for Mutant. Mutant still has his hot move, and Connor wins by defeating Blue Dragon and Mutant when he pins Blue Dragon, or he submits him, sorry, with a stretch plum. Slightly better. Crowd's looking good. 94 people too. I think that's less than last time. Also, our I think it's the economy is starting to go down, which was on the rise. I think it's that strong. So we'll need to try and soak in all that sponsorship money while we can and try and get this pop up before it plummets. Okay, 50. Singles match with Remy taking the win over Jules Knight with a flying leg drop. His ratings jump back up. I think maybe he's inconsistent. Doesn't say. We obviously did Inspire too before this show, so we're getting all those little bonuses. Oh, beautiful. Our highest rated match yet, and rightly so with the timing of it. Our creative finish was a success. Okay, handle changes. Yeah, here we go. I didn't end the storyline here, and I was supposed to. Hold on. Um. Okay. Right. So yeah, we're changing it. Mitchell. We're changing him to debut the architect gimmick because, as you can see, Mitchell Aldred defeats Davis Wayne, Hangman, and Papa Swole in 1752 when Mitchell submits Hangman with a blueprint, essentially turning on Hangman when it looked, albeit it looked inevitable, that Hangman was about to get the 3-pin on Davis after chokeslamming him. Mitchell jumps in the ring and he essentially wipes the title. Someone who hasn't really been in the title scene too much or said too much about him wanting the title. Let's just change it now. Okay, he received an initial rating of very good, but I'm very annoyed that I didn't get to use my gimmick idea. I have no idea where. Was I supposed to do it? Just, yeah, I'll need to maybe go on the forums and find that out for next time. It essentially doesn't matter right now because he managed to get very good, which is like amazing. And we'll be doing a name change to the architect. That's a great show. 59 for Davis again, just like last show. A 54 for Mitchell. 51 Hangman. 46 Papa Swole. Yeah, that is beautiful. And then we finish the show with a 42 segment with Mitchell revealing all. He basically reveals the reason Hangman missed the very first show way back in January was all because of him. And then the reason when Davis missed an event, essentially delaying Hangman's title match, was also because of him. When Papa Swole jumped in the ring, when Hangman was getting his title shot with Davis, he said he essentially let him. He knew he's been playing. You know, as I said before, he's playing chess and everyone else is playing checkers, and he's had everyone worked like a puppet. He's 2 steps ahead, especially Hangman. He's been working him. He's had both hands up inside him, if you know what I'm saying, working him like a puppet. It's been that bad. We don't end our storyline. I don't know if we get a bonus for ending it during a match, but we will end it after this anyway and start a new one. I don't know if it will involve as many people. But 42, we get a 56 overall, which I think could be our highest. And we'll give it to Mitchell. We'll actually give it to Marco too. Marco and Mitchell. He did a pretty solid debut. I think he'll be able to put in some pretty good matches for us too. But Mitchell is the new champ. Mitchell is the new champ, and our popularity to end the year is sitting on 10, which isn't too bad. It's probably about as, I think we most likely hit the cap on every month. And we'll advance here and we'll move into the 1st of January 2023. So yeah, huge. Hopefully you guys maybe didn't see it coming either, but maybe it'll kind of make sense to you, I suppose, with Mitchell's wrongdoings. I feel like I threw in a couple little breadcrumbs. If you, not essentially that you would, I don't know how good your guys' memories are, but if you had to go back and watch the episodes, there's a few little moments, not many, where it's kind of made obvious now. We'll actually run through these real quick. We'll do annual awards first. Wrestler of the Year is our Knight, back to back. Brooke Tyler for the 3rd time wins female wrestler. We got Freddie Huggins and Matt Hawking winning male tag team. Female Laura Flame and Lauren Easter for the 2nd year. Hurricane, male young wrestler. Jessica Conroy, okay. Tommy Cornell wins veteran. Nika Case wins female veteran. Razin Okamoto wins male independent. Fuyuka Higa, female. CWA in Canada wins company. USPW wins most improved. They must have a pretty much broadcaster everywhere. In match of the year is Wade Orson defeating Lee Burton in a tables match. 21 CW. TCW King of Kings with a 96 rating wins card of the year. And then a few. Steve the Colt wins male color commentator. Okay. Yeah, okay. We don't really care too much about that. Let's check our finances real quick. Yeah, so last month, well, November, we made $39, and then December we made 75. Hugely, this is down to the sponsorships. Our ticket sales are kind of on the rise. Hopefully that doesn't drop too much more, because I think wrestling industry is still rising, but the economy's dropped. It wasn't strong. Yeah, now it's on the drop. The prestige has jumped up too, I think. Oh no, that was in December with his defence. But yeah, Mitchell is the new champ. Let's quickly see our end of year awards. Davis Wayne Newton, rightly so. He's still not actually been pinned. He has lost matches now, but he's never actually been pinned. So he wins wrestler. Makes sense. What? Okay, male dragon. I wonder if I wonder if maybe he's the only one eligible, because they have to work a minimum of 10 matches. But I'm pretty sure Hangman would be eligible for this. But I wonder if he maybe didn't fight on 10 matches, because surely he would have won. Let me check real quick, because that's pretty funny. If he did fight 10, but didn't get in. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, he didn't. He missed it on one. Otherwise, he probably would have won. So the only person really eligible to win, which is so funny because I don't think he even won. But anyway, Mitchell. Sorry. Yeah, Blue Dragon wins Young Wrestler. Match of the year. Goes to the main event of the last card there. 64 rated. New champ, Mitchell. Card of the year as well. Yeah, that was kickoff 13 just there. Dale Kenny, is the only referee. We'll have a quick look at our popularity before we go. Yeah, we don't really care about you. Connor's still on 19. Oh, Davis wins up to 24. Wow. He actually went up even though he lost. I guess because the match did so well. Everyone probably gained pop, honestly. So yeah, he's up to 24. Really good. Hangman, I think, is down. He did take the pin though, I guess. He's down to 18. Still pretty solid though. We got... Okay, 21. So our champ's a bit lower. He actually went up twice, which makes sense for pinning Hangman, I guess. 21-15 for Mutant. Papa Swole went up as well, just like Davis. So we're sitting not bad. It seems like the main guys are like 20 plus right now. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. We're starting to make money too, which is nice. We end the year on a huge bang, a huge surprise, you could say. So yeah, I'm pretty excited going into the next year. We're 7 points off. We'll definitely hit Tiny this year. Then I believe the next size is 35. Yeah, 35 in the Great Lakes, which will be quite hard to hit. But I think, yeah, 25 pop, we get Wrestle World, and I don't know how much that will alter our popularity again. Now, from my experience using Wrestle World, just before I wrap up the episode, on the last version of TEW, it was of course very good because it gives you pop on so many different places, but it makes the big companies come in for your workers even quicker or more frequently, because the game, I think, recognises their overall pop all around the board, rather than just how high it is in one specific place. So we'll need to be careful if we do start using it, because we'll be at a huge risk of losing some of our guys quite early, which will definitely be something we'll be dealing with at one point, but I would rather sort of delay that as much as I can. But as much as it's not a lot of money, we are making money now. Still gaining pop, which is nice. We got a new champ going into the new year. Definitely rise in size this year, so it's looking pretty good. Yep. Okay. End of year awards. Alright, guys. That is it from me today. I will see you guys in the next episode where we kick off 2023. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you next time.